World War Z is a film that takes the traditional zombie apocalypse trope and injects it with a dose of Brad Pitt's unflinching coolness, making us wonder, if the world were truly ending, would he still have such impeccable hair? This 2013 action thriller is based on the novel by Max Brooks, but let's be clear. It's only loosely based on the book, in the way that a cat is loosely based on a lion. They share DNA, but the vibe is totally different. The premise of the film is simple. The world is overrun by zombies, and Brad Pitt's character Jerry Lane is tasked with finding the source of the infection and stopping it. Now, Jerry is not your average guy. He's not a zombie apocalypse prepper or someone who's spent his weekends sharpening machetes in a basement. He's a retired United Nations investigator with a golden heart and a bulletproof wardrobe of dad clothes. Because if you're going to save the world, you should do it in a comfortable Henley shirt. The zombies in World War Z are not your usual sluggish, moaning creatures. These are Olympic sprinter zombies. They move faster than me when I realize I've left my phone in the Uber. They don't shamble or lurch toward you. They full-on swarm like hyper-caffeinated ants at a picnic. And these zombies don't just nibble at the edges of civilization. They devour it in spectacular fashion. Cities collapse under their weight, and humanity's extinction feels inevitable. But there's one thing standing between them and total domination: Brad Pitt's tranquil stare and occasional grunts of determination. One of the film's more bizarre plot points is the idea that sickness could be the key to survival. That's right, in order to avoid being eaten by zombies, Jerry realizes that infecting yourself with a curable but highly deadly disease is a viable option. It's like someone said, what if you could survive a zombie apocalypse with the flu? Also, wouldn't that be kind of hilarious? And apparently the filmmakers agreed, because why not? When your survival plan is to deliberately inject yourself with a fatal disease, it feels like you've given up on brainstorming. But let's talk about the real star of the film, that airplane scene, you know the one. Zombies break into a commercial flight at 30,000 feet, and Jerry, armed with a grenade, because who doesn't bring explosives on a plane, has to make a quick decision. The result is an air pressure-induced zombie suction extravaganza. Zombies are flying out of the plane like luggage being tossed out of a moving car. Jerry, meanwhile, clutches his seatbelt like he's enduring mild turbulence on a budget airline. And then, of course, the plane crashes. But Brad Pitt survives. Not only does he survive, but he walks away with a limp, a slight wince, and miraculously his Henley shirt still looking fresh. Forget the zombies. Brad Pitt's resilience and wardrobe should have been the movie's central mystery. The film wraps up in a way that only a big-budget Hollywood action movie can, with a dramatic voiceover from Brad Pitt about the indomitable human spirit, accompanied by sweeping shots of the earth. It's the kind of ending that makes you feel like we could all survive the apocalypse if only we had a little more determination, a little more courage, and, let's be real, Brad Pitt on our side. In the end, World War Z is not a perfect movie, but it doesn't have to be. It's fast, loud, and just ridiculous enough to be entertaining. The zombies might be terrifying, but watching Brad Pitt save the world while barely breaking a sweat, that's the real fantasy. If nothing else, World War Z taught us one crucial survival lesson. If the world ever descends into chaos, just make sure your hair game is as strong as Brad Pitt's. It might not stop the zombies, but at least you'll look good when they come for you. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.